Yes, this is the Afrique 24 political show, whereby I am your host today. My name is Boniface Kimanzi, and here I have Hilary. And in Kenya, that is East African time, we have only 2 minutes remaining so that we can approach the midnight. I want to welcome everyone who is watching Afrique 24 here so that we can have good time as we know what it entails when it comes to field of politics, and also know what has happened in our country, and also try to correct the government, because here in Africa 24 we always discuss and also enlighten the common mwananchi on what is happening in our country, also when it comes to politics, and also try to see how we can help, because nowadays, because of social media, you can help us on and also try to give directions on either something that is going to happen in the future. So here in Africa 24, I welcome you, and you feel free in the comment section there through the link that I'm going to share there. You can join the studio and also share with us a lot of ideas. We welcome you wherever you're watching, either in East Africa, either you are in abroad. Welcome to Africa 24, because this is where we cover all stories that entails the whole Africa, and also if you are in abroad, anything is covered in Africa 24. And before I forget, make sure wherever you are that you keep safe, because we have a lot of rains that are happening, and this is not something that is happening in our country alone. This is something that is happening in different parts of the world, and wherever you are, make sure you care yourself first before you complain to the government, and also that you don't have the support, because if you have the support, then you are in good hands. And before I go on, of course, one of our brand ambassadors, Goodyear, is there, and he is very intact, because he knows that every day we must have a show. And welcome, Goodyear, and feel free to share your opinions, as today we pioneer on the rumors that we have that the cabinet of William Samuel Ruto may be under siege. Yeah, welcome, Hillary, and you can share with us your opening remarks as we start our today's show.
No, thank you so much, Boniface. Appreciate it, man. And it is pleasure to be here always in Africa 24. I want to say that thank you, viewers. Thank you, those people who are listening now. And we're here this evening to this night and this morning, wherever you are. I know the people in Moscow now, it is morning. People in Australia is morning. People in Kenya at midnight. People are in the US and other places. I can see it is 5 in the evening. Some people are in Europe. It is now around midnight, or 11 p.m. So no matter where you are, we welcome you in Africa. Good day, I see you there. And uh, Kimanzi, thank you so much for today topic. And also before we get there, but we want to wish our people well. That there's a lot of rain going on still. Be safe. Know where you are. Wellness is very important to know where our families are, morning, evening, and all the time. Let us reach out. But also our condolences to those people who uh, lose their life during the rain season at the moment. And also even it is so painful that our children cannot go to school because of what is happening in the country. It's so unfortunate, and therefore we wish everybody well, and we hope that God gonna do a miraculous thing so that the life can come to normal, and what is happening should come down. Otherwise, thank you so much, and welcome to the Afrique show this evening. May God bless you. No matter you are, you can comment. You can be live in Facebook, live in I believe we are in all the platforms. I believe so, Kimanzi. Otherwise, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hillary, and we want to appreciate your support for Africa 24, because without support, then we know have that energy. So as we start our the show, we know that today I've seen what is happening in the media, and Rigathi Gachagua today visited one of the legends in Kiambu, and I think we will talk about it and also try to see why Rigathi Gachagua. there was a problem with Rigathi Gachagua during the elections and also during the campaigns, whereby it's like there was a problem. There was a difference between Gachagua and Kenyatta's family. And again, now, there is this time whereby we need to know who is going to take over the Mount Kenya region. Because now, since Uhuru Kenyatta left, then it is the duty. Now it is the mandate of Rigathi Gachagua to take care of the Mount Kenya region. So today, after he met that old mzee in Kiambu, I think he wanted to get the blessing. And we saw him asking for forgiveness from Mama Ngina. Now he's there trying to unite people, trying to look for ways on how he can be the next king of Mount Kenya. Because here you will get a lot of votes in Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya is one of the regions that determines whether you're going to win election or not. So Rigathi Gachagua, the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, today he met Odi Mzee in Kiambu, and Mzee was very happy, and Rigathi Gachagua was happy. This was before going to give a press on the issue of floods in the country. And Mr. Hillary, I want to ask you a very simple question. How do you see Rigathi Gachagua actions, and why is he trying to meet hold people of Mount Kenya region and also trying to ask for forgiveness? Yet he is now the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, and he is trying to be the next king after William Samoei Ruto. That is, come 2032, if they are going to win for election 2027, if they are going for the 10 years. Why is he trying to look for ways whereby he can unite people? People can realize that he is still in Mount Kenya region. Yet during the elections and also in campaign time, he showed that maybe he does not support the region. He tried to show differences with Kenyatta family, and Kenyatta family is one of the regions that supports and tells us what is going to happen in elections, because Kenyatta has been there for a long time. Kenyatta has been there since 1978. Kenyatta has been there since 1963, since we got independence. But Rigathi is trying to show us some ways that we don't know. He's trying to make ways so that he can get that forgiveness, he can get that support. People can realize that Rigathi is Wahon. It's like you want to compete with the other leaders, because you have seen Didi Nyoro trying to say that I'm the next king of Mount Kenya region. How do you take Rigathi Gachagua today meeting the old Mzee in Kiambu? Because he met Mzee in Kiambu. What do you think they would have talked today?
Thank you so much, Kimanzi. I think I didn't see that, but if it is doing that, that's a good move as a leader. And I think Gashaga realized that he did a mistake during campaigns, and he was losing it. And he knows very well that without his backyard, he cannot make it. He cannot even being the deputy president will not help him. So he really, really needs his backyard as much as in the future and even now. So he must work on a smarter way to bring his people back, because the ground was not with him. And now seeing the older people asking for forgiveness, I think that is a good thing. Not only when you're in leadership, but when you realize that you did a mistake, is something that is very important. So Gachagua, his move, I think, is so calculative in the sense that one is real, in the sense that he knew that he realized that without his backyard, and also without his backyard, he cannot make it. Number two, he knows very well that he did a mistake during the election. He will really divide the people. He needed the power, which he got it with this backyard. So he has to go back with old guys, ask for forgiveness. And he started well. He started with the Uru's family, or Kenyatta's family, whereby he was a very, very against during the campaign time and during election period. So we are seeing him going back to his backyard and ask for forgiveness. That's a good move. Maybe in the next coming election, 2027, and also maybe he want to be the president after William Ruto. That's a good thing to unite his people. I think what he's doing is a good thing, and he realized that without his backyard, then you cannot make it. And that's the political, Kenyan political, African political, that you must have your backyard support is when other people can support you. So he knows very well and is aware that without his mountain backyard, he cannot make it even after William Ruto. and even in 2027, because when Ruto realized that he cannot manage, he cannot convince his people to follow him, then he's not even fit to be the deputy president. So I think his move is good, and also realizing that he did a mistake. That's something that leaders should do, not only leaders, but even ourselves, those people who are not in leadership. When you realize that you did a mistake, it is important to go back and ask for forgiveness. So what he's doing, 100%, I think is a good move. As much as maybe we might not like him in political arena, but I think those are good moves for the leader and for the people who are coming in. I don't know whether you have that show. We see what he said immediately after that. You can show us so that we can comment on the same. Back to you, Manzi.
Yeah, thank you, thank you for those submission. And Gachagua was there, and after that, the media was not allowed to share what he said. But again, the meeting was shown how he met those leaders, how he interacted with them. But it's like there's something that is being cooked behind the doors, whereby you don't know what is being said, because he went there very early in the morning by 8 a.m. That is East African time. I saw how he arrived there. People were there. He was welcomed in the right way. People were getting into meetings and also trying to know what is happening. But again, the press was not given time to know what happened there. But there was a meeting whereby he met them. Mzee was happy. Something was shared there, but we don't know what is there. But again, as one of our deputy president, then we have to forecast that maybe he is trying to get that leadership skills from the old men from Kiambu, the old men of any part of Mount Kenya region. You saw what happened in Laikipia. He was in Laikipia, whereby he was supported. He went to Embu, he was supported. Went to Kirinyaga, he was supported. So he is trying to get those ways whereby he can be the next king, and he want to unite the Mount Kenya region. But the question is, how about these two guys, the other guys, the likes of Didi Nyoro, who want to become the next king of Mount Kenya region? So we wish him all the best, and we will see what will happen, because we want to know how he can win this come 2027. Good year saying Gachagua is working his way up to presidency in 2032, soon kingpin. Yeah, that is only the aim, because if he is the deputy president for William Samuel Ruto, they are saying that they are trying to make this country run in the right way. But again, it will take them time. That is why we are seeing what is happening. People are complaining, but when they talk, Gachagua has been promising Kenyans that things will be okay. But again, how long are we going to wait? So if it is 2032, Gachagua still alihali anaanza mapema kujua ndio aweze kuingia pale Mount Kenya region, because if you have the votes for Mount Kenya region and the Lake region, then you have easy time. You will just go and collect in western part, eastern part, and then you win the election. Kudia is saying Gachagua doesn't want the apology sharing, doesn't want the power sharing. Yes, 3 deputies. Yeah. I think Gachagua suspects something. You know, the way he talks is like he suspects something. You saw what happened during the climate summit that happened in KICC, whereby a lot of leaders were invited. But one thing I like with Gachagua is he's very open guy. I don't know why he's very open. He talks things without fear, because that is the time whereby Raila Amolo Odinga was invited there, and Raila is the president of the people. Of course, I like the courage that Raila always have. But when he went there, he was invited. The president were having seat there. Then the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua asked him, we gave him the best seat. We gave him somewhere to sit, but again he came and joined the president. So he was asking whose president was Raila Amolo Odinga. But those are the sayings that went viral on social media. But that is one thing that I like about Raila Amolo Odinga. He always shows confidence in every part. The apology is not genuine. He knows where bread comes from. Yeah, we saw he apologized from Mama Gena. Mama Gena, there was a difference between him and Mama Gena. But one thing I always say is that if Rigathi had some differences with Kenyatta family, then he could not even go into details and affect Mama Gena, because Mama Gena is a old mama. He has been there for a long time. So if he has differences with either Uhuru, then he should not extend it to Mama Ngina. But again, he asked forgiveness. But the forgiveness he asked was not how Kenyans expected. So we believe that he will still go for forgiveness and ask it in the right way. Do you think, I want to ask you, back to you, Hillary, do you think Rigathi Gachagua will win the election come 2032? And will William Samoei Ruto support him? That is 2032.
That is a still journey, and being that the president in the office, I still have the guards. Yes, there's an opportunity when is supported by the government, the president sitting, then it is easier for him to get the seat. But also will depend. I think Kenyans nowadays doesn't look whoever in the office or what, but I think they check if somebody who's ready to work for the people. And being Ruto, if Ruto can work well to the people or for the people, then Gachagua might have an opportunity. Because when you see Gachagua now is coming out a different person, dress, walking, talking, and everything, and that one is a game changer. Whereby 20 to 32 is still too far. Things might change, anything can happen, and the politics doesn't need years, you just need a day. One day mistake, you're done. One day good thing, you're good. So maybe Ruto supporting him, and what they'll do in the next 10 years for the people will determine if Gachagua can get it or not, or if they're still together, because you never know, they can fall out, and when they fall out, Ruto can choose another person to support. So usually president has upper hands to support whoever he wants, and that person maybe have a better chance. But at the same time, it depends with how people see you, how you do things to the people, how you interact with the people. And that's the thing that the Gachagua has tried to do now. And you're going to see Gachagua after finishing Mount Kenya. I want to show you, you'll see him going out more than to Mount Kenya in several places to try to win Kenyans' heart, to bring it back. And then after Ruto now, he will have an opportunity to vie. Or before Ruto finishes his term, he can even fall out and start vying. You never know what is happening. So if they go together, maybe after 10 years, yeah, there's possibility. But it is 50-50 possibility.
Yeah. Thank you so much. The possibility is 50-50. But we wish that they can work for the Kenyans, because the way Kenyans trusted Uda government, then if they are doing what they promised, then Kenyans will be happy. I was there. I was seeing what is happening during the election campaigns. People were supporting Uda government, the Ruto's government, either in always, because they said that he was not being given the full support by even the media coverage. He was saying that the government does not support him. His prodigal son. He was even being called prodigal son, because even during the campaigns, people were not even trying to show support for him, and they thought that he is going to fail. He's going to show failure during that election. But again, during the election 2022, he won the election. And the way he won the election, nobody knows how he won the election. And because the president who was in power, that is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, supported Azimio. But again, if you have the support from the president, then people thought that this one is going to be very easy game for Raila Amolo Odinga. But a lot of things happened there, and he ended up winning the election. So he won the election, and after he won the election, that is where now we are having the UDA government. So I think this one is going to be an easy game for these two guys, because if they work for the government, as Ilara said, that if they are going to work well for this government, then definitely 2032 there will be no problem. But we have seen leaders trying to say that we want to make this UDA government to be one term. We have been seeing them saying Kalonzo there, Hassan Joe, Laila Molo Odinga there. We have also seen Boino, Paranya, the Azimio party coalition. They are ready to send away this UDA government for the first term. Do you think this Azimio coalition can send William Samoei Ruto home for the first time, that has come 2027?
It is very possible, very possible. If they change their game plan and they organize the house well and they leave the stomach out and then they start working for the people, there's a game plan. Raila is a kingmaker, and if they can change a game plan, for sure, if Raila can step down and support somebody, it is very easy for them to get to clinch the seat. That's for sure. Whether Kalonzo, whoever, when Raila come back and support that person, he will get it. So Azimio still have a chance to get it, but I think Azimio team should reorganize themselves. They should reorganize themselves from the top leadership to down there, and they check who can be the best president in their team. And that one, if they do that, they're gonna win even more people from Muda side. They're gonna support them. So they have a chance. They have a chance if they restructure themselves. They start planning well. What ODM is doing is a good thing. I don't see other parties doing it, but I see ODM is doing it more. That recruiting people, going county per county, constituency per constituency on the grassroots to make sure that the other people take votes and everything. Those are the things that we want to see as Azimio is doing. If the whole team, we want to see Wiper, we want to see DAP, we want to see all the parties, they go to ground, they start mobilizing people. And doing that will help them to clinch this thing. So coming next year, they start to reorganize themselves because now they have the people, they are sure everybody has a vote. They are sure that people, their parties, their affiliation parties are people, and they'll be doing the grassroots work. But if the only one party, then we'll see the fallout that is coming up. I think yesterday, but one we were talking about DM can go alone. We know that the one party cannot manage in Kenyan's politics, but we want to see all these parties going out there and now looking a way of getting more people, getting more voters. And how can they do this? They can do this if they go grassroots. They start mobilizing people, encourage young people. They initiate programs that will help people. We want to see people being trained, people being educated on civil issues that many people are very, very ignorant. So that we want to see Azimio working on this, but we have not yet seen it. We are just seeing it with one party. Therefore, they have a chance, Kimanzi, but if they are sleeping, then Wuda will just go with the seat again without even much stress like last time.
Yeah, they have the chance. They have the chance. But personally, I will always say that if one day I will see Azimio winning, then I will be very happy guy because I have been waiting to see. Actually, I was ready to get 6,000 that was promised by Raila Molodinga during the election. I was very happy. So when we had that meeting in KSCC, I knew that this 6,000 is going to come. And then boom, I don't know what happened when I saw James Orengo there during the announcement of the results, trying to say that we have not agreed with this result. That is now where I knew that things are not in the right order. But again, I want to see what will happen if Raila Molodinga or Azimio coalition gets one person who leads this government, who steps to the state house, and who has the mandate to lead this country. Because they have been saying that they have those good manifestos to lead the country, but they have not been given that chance. But you cannot just get chance easily. The same way William Samuel Ruto took several steps to go there in state house. Let them get them. They have been there. They have those political gurus like Kalonzo Musyoka, Oparanya is there, Raila Molodinga is there, Laila has molded several leaders there, so they can get this seat. Now we see Hassan Joe there, Martha Karo is there. Those are people who are there even in 1992 who understand politics in the right way. So I think they can go for it, but they need to be very sharp when they are handling this Uda government because William Samuel Ruto is very sharp and a very brilliant president. So he knows how to strategize when he's going to win. Because I was seeing him campaigning back in 2018, 2019, 2020. I was seeing him campaigning and he was saying that he's going to win this election, and he's not even fearing anything. And he even captured the attention of all Kenyans. So I think Azimio can come together and give us the best strategy to win the election, because everyone, because if you go even to the grassroots and you ask which is your favorite person to rule the country, then people will see that Azimio coalition. People have trust with Azimio because they believe this is the right party that can lead the government. We have UDA government that is leading now, but still people don't have that belief to trust this government. So I think we can get a leader, and Raila Amolo Odinga wants to get that seat for AU. He has the support for the government. But what we had day after yesterday, the day before yesterday, he was roaring in Bakassi, whereby he was saying that we need to get that support. The government should stop neglecting this flood because this is a natural disaster. So I was seeing how he was talking, and the people raised a lot of concerns why he was talking like this, yet he needs support from the government. I also saw Didi Nyoro. I also saw Rutos man, who is a senator, Cherargei, who was saying that if you want support, then you should respect your senior. I don't know why they call him senior, because he said that Raila should respect his senior because he has been supporting him and requesting the president to give him support. But again, Hilary, before I want to come to you, we have seen John Buddy, Hassan Joe, and other leaders. They are trying to ask if they are going to take over the kingship. They are saying that kama ni mbaya ni mbaya. I've seen Joe saying kama itakuwa mbaya ni mbaya, kama itakuwa nzuri nzuri, but huu mwaka wa 2027 hatuachilii. Do you agree with those sentiments from the Azimio? I also heard them saying that they want to win the election. Do you agree that they are ready for it, either way, hard or soft? Do you think they are ready for it?
I don't know. I don't know that 100%. But I want to say that kutuambia kwamba siku zote ati hatutawachilia, hizo ni vitu ambazo hatutaki kusikiza. Kile tunataka kusikia ni ya kwamba, ama kile tunataka kuona ni ya kwamba kazi ile unafanya ambayo inasema kwamba kweli wao watu wako tayari kushinda uchaguzi unaokuja, lakini kuongea tu kwa umati na kwenda nyumbani kulala haibadilishi chochote. Kwa hivyo yale ambayo nasema ni sawa, ni kweli, kwa sababu ukishinda inafaa upewe ushindi, au ukishindwa inafaa ukubali. Kwa hivyo tumechoka sisi wa Kenya kama kusikia kila wakati ya kwamba kura imeibwa na Wakenya wanapiga kura, wanaamka asubuhi na kupanga laini. Hatutaki kusikia hayo mambo. Sasa wawache hayo mambo. Kimanzi, mimi ningesema ya kwamba hawa watu wana kazi nyingi ya kufanya. Wawache kuongea. Watu wanataka kuona ile kazi ambao wanafanya. Ni ukweli wa Kenya wanajitokeza na wako tayari sana kujitokeza na kupiga kura. Na nakwambia ukweli, wa Kenya watawapigia kura. Na ukweli ya kwamba hii serikali ambayo inaongoza kwa sasa ikipata mtu ambaye ana akili timamu na anajua yale ambayo anafanya, basi nataka kuambia kwamba watakuwa na uwezo na mikakati nzuri ya kushinda uchaguzi unaokuja. Kwa hivyo akina Joe wanaposema, akina Mbadi wanaposema kwamba hii uchaguzi unachukua, ni sawa, kwa sababu Wakenya watajitokeza wapigie kura, lakini tunataka kuona wakifanya jambo, wakilinda kura, wakihimiza watu waweze kuchukua kura na kuleta uongozi ambao watu wanahitaji. Kwa sababu kweli ni kwamba hii serikali tangu ingia uongozini imeanguka vitu vingi. Tumeona waziri wanapatia watu hata mbolea ambayo haifai, wanapatia mafi ya punda, hata wengine wanaweka mawe. Hao ni watu wafai kuishi hata Kenya, sijui wapeleko wapi. Kama ingekuwa China, nadhani hao watu sahihi wangekuwa mali wanafaa kuwa. Kwa hivyo ni watu ambao tufai kuishi nao. Tumeona waziri wa afya, watu wanakufa na ajali baada ya mkutano. Unaongea nini bwana? Ongea na serikali, ongea na rais wa nchi, mwambie hivi ndio inatakikana. Kuwa pale, kuwa mtu ambaye anako tayari kufanya kazi. Kwa hivyo waziri ambao wako sasa, kama wangepata mtu ambaye ni kweli anajitokeza zaidi na ni vizuri. Ndio maana nimesema kwamba Wanazimio wanapojipanga na wakijipanga vyema, basi ni rahisi sana kwao kushinda uchaguzi unaokuja. Lakini wasipojipanga, watapangwa na watapangika, alafu itakuwa tumeibiwa kura, tuende, hatutaki kukufa tena bwana, hatutaki kuenda pale barabarani tena kupigwa risasi na nini. Tunataka tuende barabarani kwa ajili ya haki, kwa sababu Wakenya, kwa nini huenda barabarani kila siku? Umejiuliza hivyo? Wakenya wanaenda barabarani kwa sababu huwa wanapiga kura, na unapoangalia kweli wanajitokeza, wanapiga kura na wanataka haki yao, lakini viongozi ambao tunawapigia kura hawataki kulinda kura ambayo wananchi wanapiga. Kwa hivyo sasa, yale ambayo nasema ni sawa, lakini tunataka kuona vitendo zaidi ya wale ambao nasema, ili waweze kujitokeza na waweze kufanya yale ambayo Mungu anataka waweze kufanya, ili wananchi waweze kukua na uongozi bora, na hiyo ndio wananchi wanaongoja. Lakini pia UDA bado pia wana nafasi, wakifanya yale ambao walituambia wakati wa kampeni ile, mama mboga mboga atapata milioni 20, watu wa pikipiki watapewa bilioni 10, watu wa kanisa sijui. Siku hizi sioni wa kanisa wakipewa pesa, nasikia makanisa ndio inabomolewa, so sijui. Kwa hivyo hii serikali kuitoa ni rahisi sana, lakini ningesema ya kwamba wawache tu kuongea kina Joho, bali waweze kufanya kazi, ili wananchi wako tayari sana kuwapigia kura. Asante sana Kimanzi. Nimeona kijana ameingia kwenye ukumbi.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your wonderful submission, Hillary. And they need to get straight. They need to know that they want to get this seat for the presidency. Because if you want the seat for president, you need to be ready. You need to be prepared. You need to know what you want there. Because the same way, it's like William Samoei Ruto started campaigning, started trying to strategize for this seat 10 years ago. That was back in 2013 when they formed Jubilee. I remember there is a time whereby these two guys, Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto, were wearing same clothes and tie. People were saying this is the best relationship that can survive. And people were trying to follow them as their role model. But again, after the second election, that is 2017, after they won, then that is where the differences started encroaching, and the president parted ways with the deputy. And I think he was ready, and he started back long time ago. So he started to strategize. He developed the methodology long time ago, and that is where he won. So if they want to win the election, then they should start as early as possible. And before I welcome one of our own who was John Kijana, I don't know why you refer to yourself as Kijana, but anyway, thank you. Welcome to Africa 24, and you can give your opening remarks. This is Africa 24. You can be free, share your ideas, opinions as we pioneer our show, and we help the Kenyans and also who follow our YouTube channel wherever they are in East Africa and all over the world, because Africa 24 is a channel that is followed all over the world. Welcome, Kijana. You can give us your remarks.
Habari.
Salama kijana. Wewe kijana kutoka wapi?
Hilo kijana ya town. Tuko town. Unajua sisi, unajua wanasemanga ya kwamba kuku wa mjini, ukungu wa mashambani hajui kuwika mjini. Sasa sisi ndio tunawika huku mjini bwana.
Mjini town ni nyingi. Town gani?
Sasa nashukuru. Hello?
Tunakupata. Karibu sana. Tunakupata.
Mjadala ya leo ni nini? Kwa nini tunajadilia nini?
We are here. You give us your remarks here. Number one, we want to see later. We will focus with the Rutos cabinet and reshuffling. But give us your ideas. You saw today Rigathi Gachagua went there to meet the Odimze in Kiambu, and Rigathi Gachagua is trying to get forgiveness and also act as the next king of Mount Kenya region. Do you think Rigathi Gachagua is ready to take over Mount Kenya region?
We cannot entrust clowns with Mount Kenya. Hiyo meno zao wapeleke huko, because we don't know who is this guy. He can only be a king of Mathira, Mathira constituency. But I think as a first time MP, very inexperienced, very uncouth, I don't think he can become the kingpin. I think he is misplaced. Sorry to say, and I think even before he became the deputy president, I don't think even if I think if even if Ruto took a dog from Mount Kenya, you know, Umbwa, if he come Mount Kenya, I think he still could have been voted in as a president by the majority of Mount Kenya people because they wanted to revenge, you know. So he just found himself there, and I don't think he's taking anywhere Mount Kenya anyway. So it's Mount Kenya at the moment is in a crossroad. Uh, Uhuru Kenyatta remains one of the most influential leaders in Mount Kenya. And having said that, I also know that what will bring Mount Kenya together 2027 is the effects of the economy, the lack of money in their pocket, and the business failure in the entire Mount Kenya and agricultural failures, including the poor handling of fertilizer and stuff like that. So I come from Mount Kenya myself, and I want to tell you, Gachagua cannot represent me. He looked barbaric. He looks uncouth. He looks so funny. People address you the way you're dressed. Yeah, it's on. You don't know how to dress. To first of all, I think he has just improved the other day, and therefore he cannot be. He cannot be. Yes.
So, Kijana, you're saying he cannot be because he doesn't have the qualification and the traits that can give him the characters, and also that can give him the points to be supported by Mount Kenya region. And yet, he is asking for support. Do you think this support is genuine from Rigathi Gachagua? He went to Mama Ngina. You know, he had differences during the campaigns and also during the election. There was a difference between Rigathi Gachagua and the Kenyatta family. But again, the difference was not even from Mama Ngina. Then it was from Uhuru and Rigathi. So this is the time whereby he developed those differences, and after they won, then there is some series of events that happened, and people tried to link those events to Rigathi Gachagua. And Rigathi Gachagua went on and apologized to Mama Ngina Kenyatta. Do you think this apology was genuine? And do you think he is trying to start from the background so that he can win this kingpin? And yet, if it's not Rigathi Gachagua, then who do you think is ready to take over Mount Kenya region? Yet you know that this is a region that it defines whether you will be the next president. Lake region, Mount Kenya region, and western part of Kenya. Those are the highest areas where you can get a lot of votes to become the president of Kenya.
I want to take you back to the memory land. I want you to understand the Kikuyus. These are very, very, very. One of the things they have, one of the qualities of Kikuyus is they're very selfish. But I think what brings them, because they have always been divided. Kikuyus have never been together. Like I can tell you, politically, even in the days of Mau Mau, there are times we could go for Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, Hare Duku, and Kemathi. All those people are leaders in the Kikuyu land. And eventually, because they wanted to find a common ground, they went with Kenyatta. Then fast forward, the days of Moi, where we had Matiba, we had Kibaki, and Uhuru. But fast forward again, because of many things that were happening, Kibaki was not even the favorite, became their leader. And then now we have Dede Nyoro, Kimani Ichung'wah, we have Mother Karua, we have Uhuru Kenyatta. I'll tell you one thing that you'll not forget for your life. What is going to bring these people together? It is a state of the economy. So it doesn't matter who will be the leader. We are going to be having on May 17, Limuru 3. We're going to be in Limuru. and we're going to be there. We're going to be so many of us because many leaders are going to be there, the likes of Mother Kalua, the likes of Maina Jenga, the likes of Keone, the likes of Peter Kenneth. So we are going to deliberate on the way forward, because this is government that is of UDA. It's taking us nowhere as the people of Mount Kenya. And therefore, we're going to chart our way forward. There are many people. Let me tell you something. This is a secret. Usiambie watu wengi. What will happen
Siwezi.
2027? Gachagua supporting Ruto, thinking that he has the backing of a Kikuyu, will be the biggest mistake of his life. Because this is what is going to happen. I know that after we meet at Limuru, we're going to find one candidate. It might even be Mother Karua or Peter Kenneth. But whoever candidate we're going to choose from the Kikuyu side, we're going to secretly support that guy. We might even end up in the opposition, but we want our voice back. Because, we are selfish people. We will go back to the opposition if need be, but we'll vote for our own. Because what we have found out is that this is not a government to trust. It has nobody to tell them stop stealing. The acceleration of differy is too high. And therefore, my brother, wait and watch, buy popcorns and watch a movie. So Gachagua is not a leader. He's not a leader. I think he's misplaced. I find him funny. I find him awkward. He doesn't have the efficacy. He doesn't have the proficiency. He doesn't have the eloquency and the presentability of a leader. And it's not hate speech, but he just looks in the wrong place. I don't know. Should I say he's finds himself in the wrong place at the wrong time? So I don't think he's gonna change anything, and I don't think that he's asking for forgiveness from Uhuru Kenyatta will help him. I think he has just realized that after using out of abuses and getting to power through thuggery and corruption, now they want to consolidate power from, which is gonna be so difficult. We cannot forgive him his sins. That's one I can tell you from a point of view where I stand. I think his mistakes were unforgivable, and they should not be forgiven. It should be like that. So for me, Gachagua is taking this country nowhere. Plus Ruto, these are people. Even your kids, if you have kids, you cannot tell them to emulate, because how did they get to power? Did they get to power because they won the Nobel Prize? No, they got to power because somebody somewhere died, somebody somewhere was bought, somebody somewhere land was stolen, somebody somewhere's wife was raped, and that's how they became powerful and became the president and the deputy president of Kenya. Very bad example to the generation that is gonna come. So it's a bad example. Uh, from where I sit, I pray every day for them to fail miserably, so that we can teach our children not on the ways not to get to power, and tell them once there was these two people who bulldozed their way to power by stealing, by doing all the corrupt things. And so we want to send a very strong message to the people that are coming after this, the Generation Z. We want to tell them crime does not pay. There is no shortcut to success. And therefore, if you thought that this guy is going to succeed in Kenya, you're lost, because these are criminals, criminals in power.
Those are sentiments from one of our followers here, and we tend to say that it is tough when it comes to politics of Kenya, because you need to understand and know what you want and what you want to achieve in the next phase when you become the president. And Mr. Hillary, you heard what Kijana said. Do you agree with what he said?
Kijana has opinion, which is okay. According to him, is okay. I don't want to agree with him, but I want to say that he's saying facts. And I think that Kimanzi, people want to see the government that is working for them. People want to see the government that's taking action on the issues that is coming up. When we see the government that is not taking issues or taking actions on the issues that is happening in the country, then we will call them any name. We will see them in a different level. And their promises will not hold waters in any way. So I think what Kijana was trying to say, that we want to see that government is working, not a government that waiting the media. We don't see government in the media. We want to feel the government on the ground, from the grassroots, from up country, from village to the capital city, which is Nairobi, and also to the State House. But we don't want to see the president that we don't want to see the leaders that are just in State House. We see them in the media. They go to the burials. They wait people to die. They go to burial. They wait issue. We want the government that respond to the issues, and then to follow the manifestos to the latter, doing things that people they promise the people before the election time. But we don't want to see the government, and that's why then we'll call them thugs. We want to see the government that is responding to the people that we say that this person is corrupt. They say that we'll deal with the corruption, but they cannot tell us we are seeing things happening and they don't take no action. Then we'll call them, these are thugs. We don't need them anymore. But when they react on the issues of the people we're talking about, the transportation has been a key. Before this rain, people have been dying every day on the road sector. We don't see the minister of the road. Now rain is there. There's no disaster management. It was not planned. What is the planning committee or the planning CS is doing? We want to see the doctors are working for the people. What are they doing? These are the things that they promise people that we don't see. People are dying because of hunger. In a country like Kenya, where we don't lack rain, we have so many good crops. Why still people are dying? They say that nobody will die of hunger, but we're seeing people are still dying of hunger. We are seeing this. It is so unfortunate, man. So calling them any name that you want to call them, that is your opinion, which is right to you. And but you want to see that government that is reactive, is proactive, is subjective, is more focused to address the issues that people are facing on the ground.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
man.
is all what we need to. That is all what you need to get, because we need to get a government that is helping people. Because at the end of the day, then the people of Kenya are the key elements that want to get the support. Because if we elect them and they go to the parliament, they go to the state house, they go to the senate, they go to the county assembly, doing nothing, then at the end of the day we are suffering. So I tend to believe that this is one of the right things that we want to achieve as a country, so that we can develop and move on as a country. And also try to come and try to match with those developed countries. We are still on that old country, so I think we can develop, and we can assure others that we are Kenya and we can move on to the next level. So I want to say that it is only us as a country, if we come together, we stop this issue of tribalism, this issue of corruption, that can make us move on as a country, and that can make us achieve the goals that we want. Because at the end of the day, if we succeed, then we are going to match with countries like USA, countries like Qatar, countries like Dubai, because Kenya is far much behind with those countries. So we need to match with those countries and move on as well. Remember, this is Afrique 24. My name is Boniface Kimanzi. I am having Ilar here. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share in our YouTube channel. We only request you to subscribe and share. Also, like if you find it attractive, comment there, because we will appreciate for your comment, and we'll look up to your comment, and also If you have given ideas, we'll always air them live. So remember, this is Africa 24. Here you get everything. We have a lot of shows here. We have advertisement. So if you are having problems with your partner, remember, we have a show that takes place here every Friday at 8 p.m. That is East African time. Remember to come back here and get the guidance, get to know where you need to correct when it comes to matters of love, where you need to correct when it comes to matters of marriages, love related situation here in Africa 24 with SOP. And we have a show that runs known as Dr. Shamba's show. Here we tend to teach you on how you can handle land related situation, land related problems, how you can go to the court to claim your land. Here, remember that show is hosted by Leo Nyambaya, and you can get this show live in Africa 24. We also have Dimbal Africa, whereby you can get what is happening in the field of sports. You know, today, not today, yesterday, that is East African time, Manchester United was defeated by Crystal Palace, and now Manchester lies in the 8th position, whereby Chelsea is number 7. So, Premier League title race is there. You get all those things in Dimbal Africa every Saturday and Sunday in Africa 24, and I host those one. So remember to subscribe and also follow our shows that takes place in Africa 24. And as we come back, I saw what is happening in agriculture sector. I also was what is happening in health sector, what is happening in education sector. Do you think the first thing that has meant me to get a lot of questions and ask questions that are rhetorically is the education sector? Yet we have the floods that is happening in our country. Do you think, Mr. Hillary, do you think it is high time that our country develops high infrastructure, builds high infrastructure? Because one thing that has made students not to go to school is in infrastructure. Yes, the roads are impassable. We have some rivers that are blocked, some lakes have busted, and they are trying to act as one of the entrance for students to go back. Do you support the motion whereby the president postponed opening of schools until further notice? Or you see there is some things that need to be done in our infrastructures and also in our education sector?
Mm, I said before that it is so unfortunate that this thing is getting unaware, whereby the rain is now making a lot of the structure that was in place. It means that they were not stable at all. You see the other schools, there's cracking and everything. What were the engineers doing? These people should be answerable at this moment, because I think when you see that's why the engineers are there, and even the people who are building, there's all the precautions they usually take before they consider all these things before they start building. Some they cannot avoid, but some can be avoided. So start with the government. I think the government, this what is happening today, we need to have a plan that these are need emergencies. We cannot avoid rain because rain is is natural, but also we want to see some procedures. We don't want to see what has ways, the drainage, all the towns in Kenya, all the roads and everything should be relooked at too, because if you see what is happening, the drainages are, we have a very, 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 very poor drainages in Kenya. And this has been a problem. And that's why you see now we cannot even control. There are some cannot be controlled, there's some cannot be controlled. What is happening now? Children are going to miss school, and the parents will be asked to pay the school fees. How will government subsidize all these things? We are seeing so many things. So I know some areas could have been affected, but also there are some areas that this whole country is a mess. You see, all everywhere is a mess. Why? Because there's no proper drainage, because people build on the sewage places, people build on the drainage system, but these people cannot be addressed. All these things cannot be abolished or demolished because they have money. These are the things that you want to see governments acting upon now, so that in future, when any eventuality comes, we have measures to make sure that to control the rain, to control these things, so it cannot affect the whole country. to make sure things are running well. But we don't see measures. We don't see these things happening. We don't see what is happening. We just have now giving people food, demolishing those people are living near the river. That is not the solution, because even the people in the, for example, the people from Mukuru kwa Jenga, they are being demolished. Rice, where are you taking them? People are sleeping on the road. You cause, and that doctors are not going to work. You cause sickness. You just need people to die. That's the government that we have at the moment. So it is so unfortunate, Kimanzi. I think that in Africa, we call these people out all the time, and we will not tire to call them until they change. Whoever will be there, because this government or these leaders who are there, we want to tell them that they're going to die. They will never be there forever. Their time is coming that they'll go home. But the leaders who will take charge, people want to see things happening to them. When all disasters are coming this way, we need to handle these things in a proper situation because they're disaster. But the government should have a plan to do all these things. We saw this thing other countries during Corona time. They're the countries who are well organized. Children just going to school, things were just running online, things were happening. Why not now? Even now, the Kenya system should change. The government should think of a way that even now teachers could have been teaching the students, because online is there. We should have internet on the whole country so that people should be, all these problems can be addressed if our government is well planned. So the structure and the infrastructure should be addressed properly, and the government should take very, very serious actions on the same. We want to see proactive government. We want to see proactive leaders, that not just leaders who are going to ask permission. Oh, Gachagua, you just seeing him in Kiambu to ask for forgiveness, and people are dying over water. We wanted them to address these issues before they go to ask for apologies of what they did. Those are their problems. Those are their sins that they did. So we want to see them coming out here and address these issues. I saw Gachagua sometimes as on the security is being rained on. These are useless leaders, man. We need leaders who are humble to the ground, whereby they address people's issues. The infrastructure and the structure should be addressed appropriately, because it carries lives of people, Kenyan children and Kenyans. So we want them to live long. We want them to be good citizens. But when government take care of them, so I want to submit that we need to really look at that. The engineers who did the constructions, they should be giving us a report what they did, and we want the details. And going forward, the engineers, we need to see your expertise. That's why you went to school. When you are giving a constructions, don't take money, but do what is right, because those buildings carry the lives of the people. Thank you.
Yeah. We need to develop a certain strategy. We need to know what is happening. We need to handle our situation the right way, because I don't think whether rains can make us stop education. Because personally, I tend to believe that rains are blessing from God. So if we say that rains are causing damages, yes, they are causing floods, and floods are affecting people. People are losing life. But we need to develop ways. We need to get into our own ways so that we can stop this one. Because not only Kenya which is suffering from this flood. So I have not heard Dubai whereby schools have been closed, or any other place that they are not going to school. So we need to develop. If it is school, then we need to take students back to school. If it is the government, then we take students back to school by use of government resources. Government has a lot of vehicles. We can develop even the helicopters to take students back to school, because this one is going to affect even the curriculum, and also affect to the students, because we have Kenya National Examination Council and the KCSE, KCP that happens at the end of the year. So if these students miss by one day, one day can be very big difference to anyone in KCP or KCC. So they are wasting time. Students are just there relaxing. And when you are in high school or primary school, your mind has not developed. So you unless you are keen enough, you cannot make effort. So I think that one, we leave it to our president. They need to take action, because floods are there, and the floods will always be there. That is nature, and the nature is always uncontrollable.
Tunasema asante sana. Tuko na kila mtu hapa anajaribu kuokoa maisha na kujaribu kusaidia, na nafikiri tutasaidiana. Kwa hivyo tumekuja pia kuleta usaidizi kwa ile primary school. Watu wale wako katika area ambaye tunaona tunaweza kuwa na shida, watasonga hapo. Tumekuja na mattresses karibu 1000, tumekuja na blanketi, tumekuja na chakula, na tutaendelea kuleta chakula zaidi, tutaendelea kusaidia mpaka tuone ya kwamba hatupotezi maisha na tumelinda watu wetu. Tukifikiria tutafanya namna gani. Na hili shida limekuja ni ile inaitwa natural calamity. Sio serikali imesababisha, sio chief, sio wewe. Hii ni mambo ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Sisi tuliomba Mungu atusaidie mvua ya kuzalisha chakula, na tunaendelea kuomba Mwenyezi Mungu atusaidie mvua nzuri ile ya kuzalisha chakula. Tunamuomba hii mvua ya kuua watu wetu, ya kubeba watu wetu, ya kusafirisha watu wetu. Tunaomba Mwenyezi Mungu atuondolee, atupatie mvua nzuri. Nitwalenganira watu wetu.
Mr. Taylor, you have heard what Rigathi Gachagua is saying. He is saying that they have come with full support, and the people who have been affected by the flood, then they should go to the nearby primary school so that they can have their accommodation there. Do you think this is the right move for them to go to the primary school, yet the schools are opening? And again, do you think this is one of the areas whereby he should give the people support in schools, or yet he should establish a land, bring those camps, and the people start their lives there as they build houses for them? Do you think this is the right move for president, deputy president, to tell people go to the school that is nearby? Is it the right move, or he made a big mistake because the schools were opening and now
Okay, in
they
an
have closed?
emergency, I think in emergency level, you can look at it in two ways. One, when the rain goes down, then where will these people go? They need to have that plan. Okay, plan A can be that now they go there temporarily, yes, but immediately that rain goes down and children are going back to school, but their places are still have issues. What is the next move? We don't see that. So those are the things that we say that we can make a move, but that move, it might affect, because some people will not go away. They will refuse to go because they cannot go to the rain when even children are open in the school. So these are the things that they need now to move faster. That's why the government should have a plan, not only this government, but I want to believe that since we start having government 1963 up to date, we should be having these plans so that when these calamities comes, because they usually come, not only rain, but anything, they should have a place where people can have refuge. So it is not only school. So those are the problem that the governments have. So it is an open eye that the government of Wuda today should take chance, or Kenya Kwanza can take chances and building these things, because they have disaster management money. Where does this money go? From 1963 up to date, we don't see this money. And this money is being, if you check the budget, is a lot of money in every budget, but we don't see anything. Where did this money go? They're giving people food, mattress, and blanket for 2 days. Then they will not go. And did they go the whole country? I've just seen in one place. You need to move all these things. Should move all of the country. We want to see them in down, western, down, Mombasa, down, up north, eastern. You want to see them in Nyanza, down there, western, all the corners of Kenya, because people are very much affected. But it's not as just a region. Bring all mattresses, bring everything, but not onto the schools. But I think that disaster management team should act as fast as they can. So the president of the day, I think he need to build a strong team that will work for our people when the disasters comes like this. When the calamities, they're calling it calamities. But from 1963, we will be having disaster management money. Where is that money from? Where did it go for since then up to date? Where does this budget goes? Because if this money is not used, it should be there. So we have a lot of money. So these are things that I think the government should take and they should answer the people. So the move of taking people to school temporarily is currently, if that school is not affected by water, I think it's okay, because these people want to live. But taking food there, it might be again disaster, because the village might be full there. Then the children going to open school, they will not have a place to go to school to. So for emergency issues, it's so we want to see plan B. Okay, they are now in school. What are the plan B? Because the rain will go away soon. The children are going to back to school. So these are the things that we want to see, that I think we need to ask what Gachagua was saying, or the vice president, or the deputy president. was saying that we want to see those changes. We want to see the plan, a good plan. They must have a plan. We just don't want to see people talking, oh, I will have blue people to get money, or they bring food. Which food? We don't see even food there. I didn't see food in that photo, but it's okay. So, and that's the thing, not to be regional. Let it be all the whole country, because this government was elected by all Kenyans.
Yeah. I think they should take serious on this one, because people are suffering, people are dying, and yet they handle it in this way. They should consider education sector. We don't want to go back to COVID-19, and it took 2 years to change that curriculum. So I think they should consider education as well. People are dying, and still they are there, and they are still waiting for the rain to stop. And again, the rain are not going to stop. They are going to be there for a long time. So I think they can focus on this one, and they can develop ways on how to make people who are camping in those schools to get another place, and the schools reopen. Let them decide on what they are going to do, so that the students go back to school. Yeah, because I think education is one of the key things, but yet since Machogu is there, he only gave us midnight press that the schools are not opening, and yet some of the students had traveled. So I think we need to develop some serious strategies on how we are going to implement for education sector. Africa 24, and also we heard what Raila Amolo Odinga is saying, because we have major problem in education sector, which is headed by CS Machogu. We have problem in the agriculture sector headed by Medical Inturi. We have a problem with health sector headed by Susan Nakumicha. Those are sensitive ministries. And also I've been hearing people saying that Ministry for Interior Security, that is Kithure Kindiki, is incompetent. Others are saying that Aden Duale, after being elected the CS for Defense, then he has been so quiet, and he has not been dealing with these people who are causing a lot of attacks in northeastern Mandera, using even doggies. I think the whole cabinet for the William Ruto is not doing well, because people are complaining. And Raila Amolo Odinga even went ahead and said that he doesn't even agree with this cabinet, because every person in the cabinet is incompetent. And yet, after the president, then this cabinet is the family that makes the government. So people are complaining as we hear this one, what is happening.
Ndio sababu tuko na shida zinaita zi Kithure Kindiki, ngine zinaita zi nani yule anaita Machogu. Angalieni Machogu na Magoha, Profesa Magoha na Machogu, unaona tofauti? Ni kama usiku na mchana. Mtu anakuja anambia wewe huyu ni waziri, unaongea wewe ni waziri wa nini? Ati wewe ni waziri wa matibabu. Sijui waziri wa elimu, sijui waziri wa wafanyikazi. Unaangalia yote ni mtakataka. Ndio sababu kuna shida, manake tuko na dereva hajui steering iko wapi, hajui gear iko wapi, clutch iko wapi. Ndio sababu Kenya ina shida. Gharama ya maisha bado imepanda juu zaidi. Sasa mimi nasema hapa ya kwamba hawa watu wasibomoe manyumba ya kule Mkuru kwa Njenga. Wasibomoe manyumba kule Mkuru kwa Njenga. Sawa. Wakijaribu kubomoa, ita sisi, tutakuja sisi na nyinyi.
Yes. You heard what Baba is saying, that analinganisha Ezekiel Machogu na CS Magoa, the late CS Magoa, who was the CS for education. So do you think Baba is right that these people, those people that he has mentioned, that they are incompetent with their work?
Yeah, Kivanzi, I told you this cabinet is sick because Machogu you cannot compared with the form all the former ministers of education, all of them, name them. Saitoti was there, he did well. The last former one that is who? The guy who died, Magoha.
Yeah,
you
we
can't
have.
compare. Matiangi, you can't compare. So
Yeah,
this ministry, all this ministry of Ruto, only one is working. The sport one. Ababu is working well, and we can see his work. He's trying his best. He's trying to encourage young people. The rest is just sleeping on the job. It's just Ruto is the one who is talking. Is the president is doing everything for them. And you don't want to fear contradiction. If I could have been Ruto today, these people could have no negotiation. It could have been no reshuffling. Fire them. Let them go and work when they see how the work should be done, because we have Kenyans who are competent. But the problem is this ministry is based on politics. So what do you expect? They will just be lazy people, and that's where the president is failing. And that's why we are calling this government to make changes a lot as soon as they can, because we call them, name them, Nakumicha, Moshogu, somebody who I thought could have worked is doing nothing. This guy Kipchumba is just smart in talking, but he cannot do anything. You know, these are the people that you want to see working for the people, not talking. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know what is happening. This cabinet doesn't need even reshuffle. They just need to send some people home immediately. We don't need reshuffle. We just see Linturi gone, let him not come back. Nakumicha should just go and have a clinic back home and run his clinic or a clinic. Name them. They should just go. And that's why Baba is saying, or Raila Odinga is saying, the driver doesn't know where the clutch is and even where the brake is. It just doesn't know. The problem is the driver, and will complain. Ruto, it is high time for him to take charge and to make sure we want to see things running. We don't need meetings. We need people who are working for the people and by the people, and there for the people and by the people. We want to see people who are working. If his cabinets cannot work, who to blame? Is the one who appoints them. So it is Ruto's problem. It is not the cabinet's problem. It shows us how incompetent he is. And that's why the last government, we saw how competent he is on ministries. And those people who are not working, they were fired. Take them home. Let people who can work, because people can work. Even yourself, we can give you a ministry and run. Why not? But being that they're political based, that's why we'll give somebody like Kipchumba, who is doing nothing, Nakumicha, because they were voted, they do nothing. Somebody like ule mwingine wa Mombasa anaitwa nani? Sijui Aisha Juma. She doesn't know.
Public service.
Nyuma ni nini anazafanya? Anaenda tu kudance huko, kudance tu ndio najua. Unajua vitu kama hizo uitaki kuona bwana. Hii Kenya lazima tubadilishe mambo. Na serikali, rais wetu lazima muke. Na akiona hii hata najua anaona Afrika president change kitu. Wacha kwenda Amerika na watu wanakufa Kenya. Amerika utakuja tu, Amerika iami. Kwanza shughulikia wa Kenya na kwanza vuta hawa ministers wote. Wacha wale wanafanya kazi kama Babu na Mwamba. Owalo is also trying his best, but how the rest vuta wote weka Kipchumba aende nyumbani. Mudavadi anafanya nini? Ati amewekwa hapo ni principal secretary of what? He cannot manage thing. We don't want to see deputy president going to Kiambu to ask for forgiveness while the ministers are not working. He need to be in charge and make sure things are working. So we want to see the president or the presidency, which is deputy and the president himself, to take action on this thing as soon as we can. Tunataka kuona Wakenya wanafanyiwa kazi. Na watu waliwekwa hapo wanalipwa na pesa ya Wakenya. Kwa sababu Wakenya wanalipa ushuru ili hao waweze kuishi. Waweze ishi mzuri, waweze kuwa kiendesha magari makubwa wanaiba Wakenya. Mtu anavaa saa ya milioni 10. Na kwa nini hakuwa anavaa kitambo kabla hajakuwa minister? Kwa nini ameanza kuvaa sasa? Kuvaa saa ni sawa kwa sababu ni mali yako, lakini unaanza kuvaa sasa, unatuonyesha saa. So ndio tufanye nini? Vile unakaa mzuri kwa ofisi. Hizo vitu hatusaidii. Wakenya wanataka wafanyiwe kazi. Kwa hivyo hii waziri wote 98% wavutwe kazi. Tupatie Wakenya wengine ambao wanaweza fanya kazi ili waweze kusaidia Wakenya. Na hiyo sitaogopa kusema. Hata nikikutana na president mwenyewe, I wish ningekuwa Atlanta, ningeenda nimwambie rais, watu wako wanakuangusha asubuhi na mchana, na wewe ndio tutakuvuta kazi. Na baada ya kuvuta kazi, president yule ataingia, watavutwa hata waiona ministry mpaka wakufe, unless waende wa. So this thing should not be political, but we want to see the people who are working for the people. Thank you, Kimanzi.
Thank you so much. We also have a lot of CS there. We have the CS for wildlife. Alfred Mutua ako pale, tuko na Malonza, Penina Malonza. Wako wengi sana. Wengine hata hawajai onekana hata kwa media mtu akifanya kitu. They are doing nothing. And I think we should also make sure that you can reshuffle or send them away the same way like I said. Because this is the family that makes this government. So if the family that you are does not know how to do the job, then what are you doing there? The CS for agriculture, Linturi was impeached. He was doing nothing, giving us fake fertilizer, and he knows that agriculture is the backbone of our country. So how would you deal with such a kind of CL? And when he goes to a ministry media house, he has the guts to say that the fertilizer was not fake. So that is something that was bad for CS Linturi. And let's hear what Kalonzo said about Linturi. Because
I don't want to criticize parliamentary procedure, but hear me on this. Hear me on this one. Kama Linturi amekuwa impeached, I find it very strange. And it goes against the concept of supremacy of parliament itself. Kwamba now that decision by 149 members of parliament has now to go to a committee for verification. That is, so Linturi, kwa heshima yako na heshima ya nchi, ujiondoe mapema. Lakini pia mkiona ile inaitwa duck, when it moves like a duck, it quicks like a duck, hii lazima hii kitu ni, yani kama waziri wako ananuka kiasi hicho, ndio tunasema sisi kama wana Azimio, we have been saying it. Tumesema na tukasema hatutawachilia hapo mpaka wote watimuliwe mamlakani. Kwa kuongoza nchi vibaya, kuleta majanga, of course majanga hawezi kuwa ndio wanaleta, lakini wanachangia pakubwa kwa kutoelewana. Ukielekea Nairobi kwa mfano, huku Gachagua anapeleka chakula, anataka kuangusha sijui governor Sakaja, sijui nini hiyo, anarudi maajabu, competition, when we should all be collaborating together.
Yes, anasema Uncle Steve hapo anasema kama ametolewa akapelekwa nyumbani Linturi, then the doubt goes to William Samoei Ruto, because he was the one who chose Linturi. And I think Uncle Steve has been clear, but when it comes to supporting winning the election, then that is where the problems comes in. I don't know where he goes during the election, because during the election anatulianga kabisa, anatulia mpaka hata ujui Kalonzo Musyoka ako wapi. Anyway, that was
hiyo ndio nilikuwa nakwambia, watu wawache tu kuona hii shida ndio, lakini suluhisho gani wanaleta? Ndio nakwambia Ruto ni rahisi sana kumshinda 2027, ni rahisi sana, lakini kama watu wamejipanga, kwa sababu ameweka watu ambao wajui chile wanafanya, wajui mali wanaenda, wajui ni nini wafanye. Lazima ngoje Ruto atoke ngamba kuja zungumuze ndio waweze kuzungumuza. It's so unfortunate, because we want to see these people are talking, are working and implementing issues, because it is a ministry that we're running. So what Kalonzo anasema, tunapoona shida watu, kwa sababu wale nani alikupatia kazi? ni mheshimiwa mwenyewe ambaye ni rais, lakini watu wakilia kwa si utoe watu. Kwa nini unangoja wakuwe impeached? Kuna vitu zingine huwezi ngoja bwana, hata mpaka kwako mwenyewe wameleta mafi ya punda ni mbolea. Watu ufai hata kushika, peleka kotini, funga, watu watalan, watu watajifunza. Lakini Kenya imekuwa ni mahali ambao ilari una pesa, hakuna mahali unapelekwa, hata huwezi shikwa. Unakuja kwanza unapelekwa kwa inaitwaje, EACC ile ya sijui what commission, unapelekwa na security. Sasa hizo ni ujinga gani? Anti-corruption, unapelekwa na security na umeiba na we ni mwizi, watu wameona zile vitu umefanya. Hakuna mambo ya, hatutaki kungoja watu, inafaa tuweze kufanya mambo ambayo inasaidia wananchi Kimanzi. Lakini tusipoona hayo, rais wetu ni bado tutazidi tu kumwambia kwamba wale watu ambao wapatie kazi si watu, bali inafaa waweze kutolewa asubuhi, waweke watu ambao wanafanya kazi na waweze kufuata mambo ya siasa. Hii mambo ya siasa inatumaliza bana. Na hata kama ni siasa, hizi viti wanapeleka kulingana na siasa. Kwani unataka kuniambia kwa Wakalia kuna watu wengine kama si Murkomen? Kuna watu ambao ni competent ambao wanaweza fanya kazi. Kwa Waluya kuna watu wengine hawezi fanya kazi. Toa watu bwana, weka watu kwa Kikuyu na kwa Kamba. Kwani lazima tu weke hao watu? Si utoe na uweke watu kama ni ukabila unataka. Na hii ndio shenzi ambayo sisi wa Kenya tutakubali. Tunataka. Ndio maana tunasema hii ni shenzi sana. Shenzi kabisa. Sawa.
Lazima lazima watu watufanyie kile tunataka, kwa sababu sisi ni Wakenya na tunawachagua waende pale watuwakilishe, tunawachagua waende pale watupatie mazuri kutoka kwa serikali, na wakileta ndio sisi tunafaidika. Hatukuwapatia chance ya kuingia pale waende wakanone ama waende wakatembee huko nje. Hiyo ndio hatutaki kabisa. So hiyo cabinet ya Ruto, I think you can reshuffle it ama watume nyumbani wote na watupatie wengine. You have a lot of people who are knowledgeable and people who understand what they can do when they become a leader. So I think they need to do that, because that is the only way we can help our government and we can also move on as a country. We try to match with those developing countries. So I think Hillary, today we had a very wonderful show together. Something that you can say as we part our comments?
Thank you so much, Kimanzi. I want to thank those people who are watching Africa Live. We thank you so much. Subscribe to YouTube channel, to Facebook, to everywhere, all the channel. And also, Kimanzi, thank you so much for hosting this conversation whereby we are talking about the Rutos cabinet under siege. Yes, we need to see changes. We want to see the government that is working for the people. And also, we still wish the families that were affected are very, very, we wish them well on everything that we do. And those who lost their loved ones, we sincerely send our condolences as a African community, as a family, to them, so that they be happy. And whoever can help at this point, there's no many people who need clothes, need food, need shelter. If you can provide and within your reach, please come out, because it's Kenyan for Kenyans. Don't worry about the tribalism, wherever you are, whatever you can assist, come out. We as a Freak family, we are calling everybody, every organizations to come on board so that can help our people on the ground. Otherwise, we thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for comments. Thank you so much. Keep it alive all the time at Africa here 24 all the time. Back to you, my host today, and thank you so much for hosting this the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hillary. Thank you so much for taking your time so that we can join this show. And for our viewers, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. That is the only way you can help us, Africa 24. That is all what we request from you. Remember to always have a date with us every time, every day, from Monday to Monday. Africa 24 is here to educate you and give you more information about the politics and everything that entails political forum. Thank you so much, and good night from Nairobi, Kenya. See you next time, same place, same time.